Hey, how are you? My name is Daniel Calderon and welcome to Corner Talks. I'm a filmmaker from Toronto obsessed with the art of telling stories, and I decided to discuss with you something that's been on my mind. This is a crazy time right now, 2020. A lot going on, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of stress. And I know you're probably feeling it as well. As a creative individual, I find it sometimes very hard, very difficult to kind of concentrate or stay focused, or maybe find the motivation I need to pursue a creative project, especially with all these obstacles going on in the world. But I just want you to know that you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there that are going through it. These are 5 things that have helped me and 5 things that I believe will help you. Read, okay? They say every day you should spend at least an hour or roughly 20 pages of reading a day to really stimulate your mind, expand your vocabulary, let your mind escape to new worlds, all that kind of stuff. And I've been reading nonstop, probably since this pandemic started. Number 1 was probably because of boredom, but number 2, I'm also a writer as well as a director, and I find it incredibly fascinating to expand my vocabulary, to better articulate myself through speech and through written form. And with these books, whether they're narrative, whether they're nonfiction, fictional, always captivated my imagination, and made me think of another place or event that's happening. So what I'm getting at is I always wanted to read the Harry Potter series. I have yet to still finish. I'm on book number 6. And let me tell you, the books are much better than the movies. That's for another conversation. It's incredibly fascinating, the world that J.K. Rowling created. I'm becoming more of a fan every time I read a chapter of this book, and I can't wait to complete the series. Another book that I've been reading is called The Power of Now and The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Basically, these books are very informative. They're not so much narrative books, but rather insightful ways of looking at the world, looking inward, looking at yourself, and how to become, again, the best version of yourself. And these books have really captured the best essence of me, the best part of me, and made me realize your true potential. All right, so I'm not gonna try and be that guy that tells you, you gotta work out, you gotta lift weights, you gotta go to the gym, you gotta kill it. Because I strongly believe that even just taking a walk every day outside of your house, great way to stimulate positive mental health, release endorphins, feel good about yourself, enjoy, nature, enjoy the outside. Now I know it sounds like some kind of hippie stuff, but really I feel we're disconnected a lot between our phones, our laptops, our TVs, Netflix, all that stuff, social media. We're really disconnected from the outside world. And when I say go out there and go for a walk, I mean literally immerse yourself with the outdoors and just see how your attitude, your emotions change over the course of a month, 2 months. You'll find yourself being more positive, being more open-minded, outgoing, and refreshed. This is something that I've been doing since the day the pandemic started. I know it wasn't advised to go outside and you should be wearing a mask, but I pushed myself every day. I kept my distance and I walked around and I really enjoyed the weather. It was very crisp when the pandemic started. It's getting even more crisp now because of the fall weather. But especially during the summer, going to the track really was a great way to just breathe in that fresh air, just enjoy your environment, enjoy what's around you. Okay, so meditating was never on my radar, especially during the pandemic. I always heard people talk about meditating and the benefits and how tranquil they are and this, that, but I never really understood what it was. I thought you had to be a monk or something. I know, excuse my arrogance, but I really just did not understand this whole concept of meditation. And it got to a point where I guess being cooped up inside, not connecting with others, it forced me to kind of, again, look inward and look in on myself and kind of discover how is that possible? How could I do that? But with the pandemic, there was a lot of alone time. There was a lot of time disconnected from a lot of people that you care about. And it kind of forced you to reflect and look inward and, take the time out of your day, 10, 15 minutes to just, be at peace with your mind. It started off, kind of bumpy. My mind was wandering off. I still struggle now because sometimes, especially when I have things going on, maybe a deadline or a creative project lingering on my head, I just want to say, okay, enough with this meditation. I just want to do it. But if you continue to discipline yourself every morning and just say, every time I take a shower after a workout, or some people do it right when they wake up, and just kind of like close your eyes, stay still, make your mind go blank and not think of anything stressful or anxious. And if a thought like that does come to your mind, observe it, but learn to remove it from your mindset and clear it. Create anything that you feel best expresses yourself. My experiences about being creative is that it's a form of being productive. Too often, I'm very guilty of this. We go on social media, we consume the hell out of it, and we would never produce anything about it. And I got to a point is the best way to overcome that anxiety of social media or FOMO, whatever you're feeling, is to produce more than you're consuming. So if you're spending, 5 hours on Instagram, you better spend another 10 hours creating, or at least another 2 days just doing something that you love. Again, drawing, making a film, producing a piece of music. Don't rely on just consuming Instagram, because that's what's making you feel sad. It's consuming it. It's not producing anything. And after all the things I've mentioned, I find it best to sometimes just reflect. What do I mean by that? Simply think about all the great things that are in your life. So those are my takes on what I've been doing during this pandemic. These are the 5 most beneficial ways that I've been really overcoming sometimes the boredom or the lulls, the downtimes, but also stimulating myself creatively and staying in tune with who I am and who I want to be. I really hope this was helpful for you guys. I plan on making more of these videos. It's been really a lot of fun for me to share my experiences. Please let me know in the comments below, what have you been doing during this pandemic? Do you agree? Do you disagree with my comments? Do you disagree with my tactics on how I've been dealing with this kind of isolation, this quarantine? Well, please let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe because I'm looking forward to sharing more with you about my journey, about my experiences, more importantly, how to become the best version of who you are.